I believe that the fires we're cast upon on the flames we shall become. I believe in a common calling where our temples pray as one. I believe in the word of wonder and a kingdom for the saved.
This is Larry Paul from Luke Carroll, coming to you from the Underground Performance Gym podcast. We're here with special guest today, Leo Mayhofer, and we're going to do some Arnold Classic predictions since that's coming up here in a few weeks, and it's pretty exciting this year that Arnold increased the prize money to $500,000 for first place. So we have some top line competitors gunning for this show, including Derek Lunsford and the current reigning Olympian Samson Dauda, and some other top competitors are coming into this show. So we're going to go through them and give our 2 cents on what we think.
All right, let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm on the Arnold Classics website. Looks like these are the invitees. We got Samson Dauda, reigning Mr. Olympia. Derek Lunsford, looking to fight back. Andrew Jacked, William Bonnick, Akeem Williams, Brandon Curry, Carlos Thomas Jr., Patrick Moore, Justin Rodriguez, Sean Clarita, James Hollingsted, and I'm not sure who this guy is.
Elisawi.
Elisawi.
Yeah, I don't know him either.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. All right, what do you think, Lair?
Well, do you want to let's start from last.
Last? Let's just do the top. Let's just do like maybe the top 6. That's all that really matters, anyways.
That's tough enough. Like,
yeah,
the top 2, I think, is pretty obvious who everyone will have there. I mean, there could be a surprise. Someone could be out of shape. But, I mean, whoa.
Well, I guess let's
Andrew
start.
will be in there for sure, right?
I guess let's just start with what's on our mind. It's going to be Samson, Derek, Andrew. It's going to be the top 3 for sure. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, Andrew, you never know with the shape. I mean, if he comes a little off and someone else
I hope he fixes
comes
his
like
fucking,
crazy peeled.
I hope he fixes his
maybe,
fucking posing.
Yeah. Maybe they let him, like I'm pretty sure that Bonnick will be shredded as hell again. Akeem Williams, sorry, not Bonnick.
He's hit and miss. Like he comes in, some shows nails it, and some shows he's off. Like it seems like about every like second or third show he really comes in, and he like. I think what happens with him, he'll come out.
You mean Akeem?
Akeem, yeah. He'll come out and he's really looks really good, and then he'll get a first call out, and then he'll fade as he's up there. He'll start to get watery for some reason. And a lot of guys go the other direction. They get harder when they pose more, but he for some reason gets softer and he moves actually like down the lineup. I've seen it happen 2 or 3 times at least.
I think Akeem is coming in the best he's ever been, but structurally, I don't think he has a chance in this. He has something happened to his lats. I don't know if his lats have like retreated up.
Maybe he's injecting them.
Whatever has happened, his lats are super high. He's got great development, like all through the mid back, but his lats are super high. So he really misses it from the back. So I think that hurts him, even though he's probably as big as anybody up there, and he has the ability to come in condition, but it's just structure and shape. I think he's lucky to get top 6.
Yeah, I kind of see him as a middle of the pack guy, between probably 6 and 10. I mean, let's do a prediction on the top. Let's start with the top 3, and then we'll move our way down after that.
So I know that Samson Dauda is the favorite going into this based on him just winning the Olympia. With that being said, I think that Derek is probably that taking third place, let a fire under his butt, and he needs redemption. And he's coming back for vengeance.
Do you think he can grow his legs enough from?
I don't think he ever lost
His legs.
He just
They look downsized to me
were-
from the
they were
year prior.
They were downsized, but I think that was a contest prep, something that happened during the peaking for the Olympia, where he like over cardioed, over dieted, over diuretic, over something.
He was flat.
and just lost the pop and fullness of his legs.
Gotcha.
And I think we've already just seen recent pictures of him on Instagram, and his legs are massive right now and shredded.
I wouldn't know.
But it's like that. It's like that every time with Derek. Before it's crazy, after it's crazy, and on show day they're kind of like down. And
But
I don't know why. Maybe like that's just how it is to get that extra shredded. That somehow he loses that. I mean,
in 2023 when he won, his legs from the side were phenomenal. From the front, not so much, but from the side, they were phenomenal.
He's
they're always great from the side.
He's got a lot of
always.
ham hang. I mean, I tend to think that Samson's gonna come in first, but I really got Andrew Jack as my kind of wild card for first. We keep just waiting for him to like nail it. His structure is really better than anyone's. He just has to come in, that peeled big, I love it. I love his structure. So, and Samson has that structure too. It's kind of interesting to see a Mr. Olympia in the Arnold Classic. He's kind of headhunting for some money now. It's just kind of fun, actually. It makes.
Well, he also did a show like a week before the Olympia or something.
Yeah, I
like
think it was
this,
like Spain or France or something.
Nobody does that, but he's doing it.
I mean, that's what they used to do in the early 2000s, guys, in 90s and 2000s. Guys would do the European Grand Prix, and they would,
after the Olympia, though.
Yeah, after the Olympia. But guys would compete all year long.
Right.
Guys would do multiple shows. So maybe we're seeing a new trend. Yeah, I think Derek. I really hope that he's just coming back with a new vengeance. Now that he's not Mr. Olympia, maybe they're not making him travel so much, and he's just coming back with a lot of aggression into growing a little bit more size and coming in at his best.
I think Derek, if he comes in 100% and just nails it, full and shredded, he can beat Samson.
I think
on conditioning.
I think if Samson is off, he can beat him, and it is high potential for Samson to be off because we haven't seen Samson nail it time and time again. He nailed it really good for the Olympia. That show before, it was an easy win for him. So I mean, can he like keep repeating this? He's got apparently his wife's his coach. So is she like some fucking guru that we've never seen before? What's your thoughts, Leo, on this top two?
I think with Samson, it's kind of like what we talked about in the other video on coaching. He probably knows what he should do, and he just needs a good eye. And his wife probably, I mean, who sees him more than her? So she can probably tell him. And I think she's been into bodybuilding since forever too. So she might have a really good eye and be like, you know what, you do some extra cardio now or not. Like she knows him probably better than anyone. And why, like there's some people out there that have crazy good knowledge and eye that no one heard about, Not everyone who has an idea about the sport must necessarily become a coach or relevant or known. So
you think
I could see her like doing the part that she needs to and that he needs help with, and the rest he can do himself. So I think that could work. I think also we've never seen him at 100%. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So I think if Derek nails it and Samson comes in at a 95, he could lose.
Yeah.
I want to see the same. Like Andrew Jack is like he's like such a perfect body. It's so sad that he doesn't nail it. Like I want to see him shred it so bad to see if he can beat these guys, because like you said, he actually has the best structure. Like he's pretty flawless.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Aceto is his coach as well.
Is he?
Yeah. But Aceto being his coach, he still has to do what Aceto says. And I feel like he might be too gifted. I don't know. Maybe it's just his I don't know, his facial expression. But when I see him train, I feel like
he's not putting in the work.
Yeah, like this can't be like dude, you're training to win an Olympia, and it doesn't seem like you're interested in training. Maybe it's just like how he is, and I'm like totally judging it in a wrong way, but like this is just how it comes across. I'm just saying what I see. I don't want to.
Did you see him training with Chris Lewis?
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem like he's training that hard.
Yeah, somehow I don't know. And or when he trains by himself, it seems like he just stops, and it's like you had 10 more reps. I don't know. That's just how it comes across. Maybe I misjudge him.
You know
like
what? I haven't watched him train. I know Chris Lewis trains him, and I know Chris Lewis is supposedly a hardcore trainer. However, I've seen some people that just don't want to train that hard. They just don't. They don't want to go through the pain.
And he's 40, so he might maybe he's just getting to age where he doesn't want to
I don't think that's
push.
it. It's just a mental. It's just a mental thing. They just don't want to go through that pain.
Yeah. All right. Now we got fourth. We'll go up to maybe like sixth or seventh. Fourth, we got the few guys. We got Bonnick, Williams, Brandon Curry, Carlos, Patrick, Justin, Sean, James, Hollingstead, and Iluwasi.
I think the best chances would be Curry or Carlos.
I saw
Carlos. Carlos looks so great. We don't know if he comes in shape, but if he does, man.
Okay, so I saw a recent update on Brandon Curry. I sent it to you actually earlier.
Yeah,
and I thought he looked pretty good actually, and he has consistently placed high in the Olympia the last few years. Not winning, but top 4, top 5.
Curry's upper body structure is phenomenal. His legs just do not get separated, and they're big. They're just not separated. He's got massive adductors, but his rectus femoris just does not pop out.
Just based on his placings in the past, I think he is a solid 4th. Mm-hmm. And maybe even 3rd if Andrew Jack's off.
I don't think he can beat Andrew personally.
I'm saying
if
Andrew's way off.
I think if Andrew's way off, then even if Andrew's off, I think he's still a top 5 guy.
I think the last time that Brandon Curry, maybe even the first and only time he was in real good shape was the Arnold 2019 that he won.
Yeah.
At the Olympia that he won, he wasn't that great actually. Like he was better than the rest, but he wasn't like maybe 90% or something. Like I want to see him at 100, and then I could see him beat other guys when they slip. Totally. But what are the chances if he hasn't delivered like that, like since 5 years? Like he was never bad. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think he has.
But
a
he
chance
wasn't
of
his
winning.
best. So
I don't think he has a chance of winning, but I think he's got a good chance.
We're talking about fourth
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he definitely has the potential. I mean, he's a former Mr. Olympia, so he's definitely got the goods to get there. I don't see him getting past, Patrick. I just think he's too. I hate to say it, but over the hill at this point in his career. We haven't seen him getting better, like Leo said, since 6 years ago.
Now, Carlos Thomas Jr. is a total freak.
yeah,
And I'm going to put a question mark next to that from the front.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
If you see his updates right now, like he looks crazy. And I was there when he won the Nationals. He looked crazy from the front. The one problem we have is we've not seen his backside. And I saw his backside at the Nationals. And for whatever reason, when he turns around, he doesn't have a back.
Yeah.
He has the biggest legs of anybody you've seen, like anywhere from all angles, and he just has no lats. And there, the big question mark is, has he been able to bring his back up? And I'm leaning towards saying no. And the reason I'm saying no is because in all the updates, all we're seeing is front shots. Mm-hmm. He does never show his back.
Yeah, his upper back is definitely his only weakness that he really has. I mean, everything else on him. Then it might come down to you might have to go pose by pose because he could win a front pose, he could front a lat spread, a front double. His arms are insane. He could win a side poses, a side tricep and a side chest. His ham hang is it hangs past his feet. But he's going to get really hurt on that rear double and that rear lat spread.
If he can get totally shredded and he comes in big like he is, he's going to be crazy to look at because he was even when he won the nationals. But
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
But again, the back shots just when he turns around next to Derek Lunsford and hits a back
Derek's
shot,
got a massive back.
Yeah.
he gets blown out of the water.
Yeah, I mean,
The thing is, I think with Carlos, why he's not showing his back is I think he holds his fat more in his back, and knowing that it's the last where he's going to lose it, and that's why he won't post it. I think, and also. As you said, when he won the nationals, I think his back also wasn't 100% dry. He could have been drier at the nationals. So, that was like 3 years ago or something. So 3 years of training, hopefully good training, and getting 100% shredded. I think he can be very dangerous, but he has to deliver.
We've never seen a 100% Carlos. I mean, coming into nationals, he switched coaches. I want to say
2 weeks out or something.
3 weeks out, yeah. And he did good, and he came in, and he had enough to win because he's just such a genetic specimen. But we've never seen him really put it all together. One of the reasons is he does have colitis. So he does have like an inflammation issue with his stomach. Maybe when he starts really pushing, he was doing that the Arnold South America last year, and he had some terrible family issues, and it really, I think maybe his stress levels kind of also feed into that. He is living in Arkansas with his girlfriend now. Maybe his life's a lot lower stress, so hopefully he's able to keep that under control, because if this kid does get it together, he's like he's a top 5 contender in the Olympia, I think, because he's just got crazy extremities. His arms are crazy, his legs are crazy, his waist is tiny, so he really has the potential, but we've just never seen it from him yet. But he only turned pro 2-3 years ago, so we can't expect guys just to come right out of the gates winning, but he's definitely up there. All right, so I would probably put Carlos maybe in fifth. Ahead of William Bonnick and Akeem Williams.
So
you don't see Curry anywhere?
Curry, we had fourth. Curry, we had fourth.
Ah, okay.
Fourth.
Because I thought you said Curry, you said Carlos fifth ahead of Bonnick. That would make Bonnick fourth. So, okay.
No, sorry. We're going.
Yeah.
I would put
Carlos
William Bonnick in sixth. Or we're up to sixth. I don't know if I would put William Bonnick or Akeem Williams in sixth, but we got a couple other guys. We have Sean Clarita and James Hollingsted. Definitely James is going to be a wild card because the guy is enormous. I think structurally he's not quite there with those top 5 guys. All those guys in the top 5 are like really structural freaks. But Hollingsted comes in really peeled and really big. So what do we got for 6th place? Probably Bonnick or Curry. Or sorry, Bonnick or Williams.
Thomas. Oh, Williams, okay.
Yeah. I put Thomas in fifth. I put Thomas in 5th, right behind Brandon Curry. I got Samson, Derek, Andrew, Curry, Thomas, and then in 6th I got. This is hard because Bonnick is such a freak, and I remember Bonnick from several years ago, but he's getting a little aged now, and he just, I don't know, he keeps kind of like making these reappearances where he does pretty good. I think last year at the
in Spain, I think was.
Is that what it was?
He's missing the size and fullness that he had.
Yeah.
When he was on top.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that anymore. He's
got to be in his like late 40s now.
He just doesn't have the size and fullness that he had. He still has the conditioning, but the size and fullness isn't there.
Yeah.
And so he's just not as big as the other guys.
He just doesn't have that pop that he once had.
Yeah, and that's why Akeem, I think structurally Bonnick's a little bit better and shapes better, but I think Akeem
maybe has age on his side.
Well, he's just bigger.
Yeah. Akeem's a big boy too.
He's bigger, and if he comes in completely conditioned, I think he could take Bonnick. But if I had to flip a coin, I would say Bonnick and then Akeem.
I honestly would put. I think I'm gonna put Hollingsted in that. What are we at? Sixth in that sixth place spot.
Hollingsted, I've seen come in really conditioned once.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, if he nails it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But we've only seen him come conditioned at one time, one show ever.
Yeah.
And if he comes in like that, yeah, he could get 6. But I don't know.
Okay. He's my pick for 6.
Now, Clarita, I mean,
He's just too tiny.
he's
He's
small,
great, but
He's
he's too
small,
tiny.
but like, look, he just beat. He took 3rd at that open show in Prague. And there was
You're right. I think they like him. I think that they're going to put him 6. If I see it that way, I don't know, but I think they're going to put him 6 just because he's a Mr. Olympia.
Well, I mean, he
and
stood
he's
next to
okay.
Ramy that one year, and he got like I think 5th next to Big Ramy in 20. What year was that? 2022. Remember that year? He did an open in Arnold Classic America.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he stood right next to
Oh, that's
Right
right.
next to,
That's right. I remember that.
Big Ramy. I want to say that was like
Yeah, he just took 3rd in Prague and
23.
Like, I mean, that was a deep lineup, and there was big guys, and there was there like 15 competitors in that show, and he beat a lot of guys that were way bigger than him.
I mean, I think the only good guys in that show was Chris Bumstead, Martin Fitzwater, and him. I think everyone else was kind of like a B-level guy.
I think that's true, but like just size wise, he beat all those guys that were way bigger than him.
Yeah.
Just based on
Well,
shape and conditioning.
He had a couple bad showings. I really wasn't too impressed with him even at this last Olympia. The Olympia before that, it was even worse. I hope that he's like able to put it back together. Maybe he changed coaches.
He did.
He's not with Matt no more.
He put it back together for Prague,
Okay.
and he.
Yeah,
he
I don't think I didn't look at the.
Yeah, he
placings for
came
that
in
show.
full and shredded, and he beat all those guys that were way bigger than him.
Yeah,
and there was
I would
I think
love.
he's also with Stefan Kiesel
Yeah,
now.
he was
Like
Stefan.
everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Stefan seems to really have a some kind of platform that he's putting these guys together on. All right, so do you guys put Sean ahead of William Bonnick and Akeem Williams? Damn, they're both like William, like in their name.
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna put him ahead of those two. So I would say like 6th place probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just had. Didn't we have?
We're voting for 6th right now, basically. I would say Hollingsted. He said Sean. So now it's I guess between. What do you think?
Well, we got Bonnick in 5th, right?
No, 5th was Thomas. We're going for 6th right
Oh,
now.
that's right. No, I don't see Carlos Thomas. I don't know.
You don't seem to be that high.
I just.
I think he's got the younger muscle on his side.
I think if he comes in 100% crazy, he's going to be either top 4 or he's going to be way out there.
I'd love it if he pulled a Martin Fitzwater and just jumped the whole pack up into the first
I'm
call
saying
out.
It's depending on his conditioning and which we've never seen, and his back, which we've never seen. So if those two things
fair.
aren't there, he's not even in the running for the top 6.
It's a little wild guess. He could, like, if he doesn't nail it, he could be almost last.
So you're putting.
Could happen.
So you're saying, are you? Who do you think is going to be in 5th then?
Bonnick.
Okay, Bonnick 5th. You think Akeem is going to beat out Sean?
Man, I think Akeem could beat Sean, but I think Sean could beat Akeem based on structure and shape and conditioning. Yeah, and that sounds crazy because Akeem's like twice the size of Sean, literally
Yeah.
twice
Literally
the
twice the
size.
size.
So I think if Akeem nails his conditioning as he's been in the last few times we've seen him, I think he beats Sean. Just because he's just so big.
All right. Yeah, I could see it maybe going either way. If Sean is on, I could see him beating Akeem. If Akeem is on, and if they're both on, I still probably would give it to Sean. But if I haven't seen Akeem on enough to say that he's probably going to beat Sean. Like I said, he comes out of the gate strong, and then he fades as they pose them. All
You
right.
almost need like two predictions.
Yeah.
One for if
everyone's
everyone
on.
would nail it, and one like how you guess, like because it's almost like a betting game.
Yeah.
Because we're always like, who's more likely to nail it? We're not actually comparing physiques. We're comparing physiques plus who's gonna like the X factor that no one can predict. So it's always like, oh, if someone says, oh, I predicted it, it's like, bro, like you didn't know.
True. All right, so now we're down to Patrick Moore, Justin Rodriguez, James Hollingsted, and Ilisawi.
I would have to give Hollingsted the favor over the others because
Yeah.
Patrick Moore, he hasn't been able to come in right for a while.
Yeah, he had that one or two good showings. I think he had an Arnold where he really looked good. Maybe I think it was Arnold was the first really looked good, and then he won the New York Pro, and then the Arnold, and then Olympia, kind of all in the same year. And then we haven't really seen him. I know he ruptured his Achilles tendon a couple years ago, I think around mid-COVID time. So I don't know if maybe that's just holding him back, is just a massive injury like that. Justin, I mean, he's just getting aged. I think they're kind of doing what they're doing to Bonnick, and they're just pushing him down because they're just kind of giving him a signal like you're not supposed to keep pushing right now. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
The Alisawi guy,
Alisawi.
I think he just recently won a pro.
Oh, that must be the guy who won the amateur last year.
Right.
Oh yeah, they get a invite.
They get the invite.
Yeah, I mean, he's going up
100%. Who else would that be?
Seasoned pros. I don't know him at all. So
Yeah.
Yeah, based on that, I think he's just lucky to be in the show.
I'd be happy to be in the show.
I'm just
Yeah, anyone would.
I think he got that invite because he won the amateur,
Yeah.
and he's just lucky to be up there.
All right. Yeah, that's our predictions. They're a little bit messy, but basically we kind of all agree that this is going to be the top three, and then all the rest is going to kind of, we'll see. Top five, we pretty much.
But it's cool. It's kind of like the best lineup in a few years for the Arnolds.
I mean,
so it's exciting.
There's three former Mr. Olympias in it.
Yeah.
Well, three Mr. Olympias.
And 1 to 12 Olympia.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Pretty good.
oh, let me get this. Dang it. Darn it. Hold on. Let me remove that. Sorry, guys. There we go. Back to Leo. So, all right. Got any other thoughts?
No, I think that pretty much. I think we've covered that. Now it's just we'll keep looking at the updates and see how things pan out.
Maybe we can do another prediction like a week out.
Yeah, closer when we see more updates.
Yeah.
Maybe Carlos,
Yeah, when people pulled out and exactly we see more updates.
and Carlos shows us back.
Mm-hmm.
If he shows us back.
You guys watching, you should comment your predictions too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop it in the comments. So, all right. You want to wrap it, Larry?
Yeah, so this is Larry Park. Luke Carroll comes from Underground Forum Gym Podcast, and spoke to us, Leo Mayhofer. And Leo, where can they contact you?
Overcome Podcast on YouTube and Instagram. Austrian Powers on YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, that's basically it. Subscribe to my channel as well as this one. Leave a comment here and a like, and let us know what you think on our bold predictions.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right. Thanks for coming, guys.
I believe that the fires were cast upon, on the flames we shall become. I believe in a common calling where our temples